Hi friends, this is a fun recording here. So this is a bench-made, scratch-made violin by Ivan Bonev, European here in Texas. Most violins are modeled after Guarneri del Gesù or Stradivari, etc. Amati. This one is its own mold, and it's made after and named after his beloved wife here, Shally. And if I say that wrong, I'm so sorry. But it's kind of its own unique mold, shall we say. It's kind of a one of a kind. Again, bench made. The back is made of sycamore. And without further ado, you're here to hear it. So Catherine, our wonderful professional, is just the one to do that. So.
Well, if you've seen enough of these videos, you know that I always nerd out over, how the wood looks and the visual aspects of the violin. I love these little wood lines that are happening here, and it's just a gorgeous brown color. And I love how the back is just one piece of wood. You don't see a line down the middle, so this was made out of one piece of wood, which is not super common. I love these little lines that you see on the scroll here. I think that's such a cool little detail. And the neck here is also a really cool texture. So, this violin has such a vocal quality to it. It sings, I really feel it, like I feel it in my throat and chest. It has such a resonant, beautiful tone to it. And it just, I'm like losing words. It sounds so nice. It's so beautiful. It really sings. It's not really piercing to the ear either. Honestly, I prefer viola over my viola over my violin sometimes because my E string can be a bit much. But here this E string was just very, very singy. It sang out, it projected without being super piercing and painful to the ear. And it handled the slides and the ornaments that I created in the music so well. So I'm gonna play a few more pieces for you, but so far it sounds so beautiful. It's a little of the first movement of the brook. I'll play a little bit of the second. Admittedly, it's been a few years since I've played that. I performed that back in my undergraduate, but I like to pull it out every now and then. But this instrument has just such a wide range. It can be really bold and it can completely whisper, as you heard between the change of the second movement and the third movement. The third movement is very, very extroverted, very powerful. I was able to just really generate that type of personality through the instrument. And then, of course, the second movement is very introverted, very soft, very meditative. And this instrument was completely capable of managing those two different personalities and colors between the two movements, or really all three movements. So very, very well made instrument. Wonderful sound. Is a little bit heavier than, in my opinion, it's heavier than my violin, and heavier than some of the violins that I've held. But I think, in my opinion, I noticed that in some of the slightly heavier violins, it gets more of that rich tone, that rich, really deep tone in the lower tones, and it feels a little bit more viola-like, than violin, but still has the qualities of both, so best of both worlds.
I want to add some comments and piggyback to everything Catherine was saying. My first gut reaction, and this was unrehearsed, it just came out of my mouth. It's like, how did you fit the whole symphony in one violin? I wish you could be here to feel this, and it's not a bad way, but the G and the D string, especially when those harmonics, I mean, it moved through you, and it physically moves you. You can feel it in your chest. It's amazing. This artist, this luthier, the violin maker, obviously knows what he's doing. It's completely wonderful. So anyway, just a little bit about the maker, Ivan Bonev, European. This is his passion. It's his pride. It's his love of the craft. Even if he wasn't paid $1 for this, he would do this anyway. So it's probably one of the best deals that you could ever get. I'm not being paid for any of this. But for a bench-made, scratch-made, and this great of a sounding instrument, you can't go wrong. So you may consider this one. And Catherine, bravo. Violin, bravo. Ivan, bravo. And you can't see, but I think one of the audience members here may have even been moved to tears. So again, this is just being candid. And anyway, you can make your own decision. So thank you all for joining, and play on, my friends.